Hello. Okay, we're live. Hello. I'm just going to pick up where I left off yesterday. I'm going to start work on the some of the interface items. Excuse me. Okay, where were we? Let's have a quick look. Okay. Right, so we were going to work on this system here, which is like a score tracker system. And that's what I'm going to work on today. So there'll be like a pointer here with which represents this number here, and then there'll be prizes at different intervals showing you when the next unlock is based on this score number here. So that's what we'll be doing. And then once we've done that, we'll work on here, which is going to be like a record of every single building, these buildings here that you've built in your kingdom. So it'll be a series of little squares that will be sort of gold in colour once you've found the building, and then it will have a tooltip once you mouse over it telling you what it is and showing you an image of it. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. Fingers crossed it goes well. Okay, so we need to figure out what I'm going to do. So these are going to be in tens. These are going to be worth 10. 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so a weird number, but it will do. So we have 21 nodes. Okay, and we're going to want our pointer to probably be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in. So pointer is at node 6, because you always want to see ahead, aren't you? You know, you don't want to have to get to like here because you're not going to know what's coming up. So we'll keep it about here, and then every time you refresh this, it should auto update with what's coming up. Hello mate, how you doing? So I'm working on this score tracker here. So when you build buildings, this score goes up, and this is what the game's all about. So it's all about rebuilding your kingdom, and this score goes up with every single thing you build, and then this thing here will be like a score tracker. So your pointer will sort of be here with the score underneath, and then it will tell you at what points in the score you're going to get an unlock. So there'll be like a treasure chest here, and it'll tell you at like whatever score that chest is at, and so on. And each one of these squares is worth 10. So it just sort of gives you a visual representation of when the next unlock is, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to try and figure out a way of doing that. I don't think it's going to be too tricky, but so that's what I'm working on. And hello mate, how you doing? You alright? It's good to see you. So last night I also built a database to hold the unlock information. So I'm going to stick some numbers in there, and we're going to play around, see if we can get that database working inside the game, which shouldn't be too hard. Kind of like Geo. Geo didn't have this system. This is something I've never actually done before. Because Geo had the ranking system, didn't it? When you got to the top of the ranking system, you hit the treasure chest and unlock items. This is going to auto provide you with unlocks at certain score points. So that's a system I've never actually done. I don't think it's going to be too complicated, but I say that when I probably get halfway through, I'll realise that I'm missing something that's extremely complicated. But we'll be alright. But yeah, I'm feeling a bit tired today, to be honest. I think that's what it's called. Let's just double check that. Nope, didn't want to go in there. Unless you want to see my tax. Okay, so it's Kingdom unlocks. Yep, I think I've loaded that correctly. Let's just we'll check that out. Let's check that out actually. Make sure it's loaded, because I don't want to start programming it and I haven't even loaded the database. So there we go. Yeah, that worked. Okay, cool. So I've got my database. Alright, let's have another look. So you'll probably see me running it loads of times. That's because I'm trying to figure out the best way of doing it. I don't want to sit and think for too long, but I want to give it a good consideration so I don't waste my time. So these are worth 10 each. Okay, so I need to know what the first node is, which isn't going to be too hard. But it is going to pose a problem. It is going to pose a problem. Hello mate, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. So we need to figure out how we're going to do it. And the first problem I see is obviously this first node. Ah, hello mate. Oh, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. So, because obviously the score is going to start at 0, but I want the pointer to be here. But I suppose we're going to want it here at the beginning, because we don't want negative numbers here. We'll worry about that later. We'll do the offset in a bit. We'll get it set for one. What we're going to nick, we're going to have this away. Where is it? We'll be using that in here as well. So that's what will be pointing you to your current high score. Let's stick that up here. We'll just test that out and see what that looks like. I think it's going to look alright. Yeah, so that'll sort of tell you where your current score is, and then underneath it's just going to have like your actual score there. Yeah, but unlike Geo was a sort of it's similar. Yeah, similar. Oh, nice. Very nice, man. Hello, mate. How you doing? Thanks for coming by. Yeah, I really want to get myself a Surface. Microsoft Surface is what I want. But we don't always get what we want, do we, in life? Especially not when you're talking £2 grand. Too large, you know what I mean? Oh, look at that. How much was it, mate, if you don't mind me asking? Is this a tablet or a laptop? Okay, I think that's gonna look alright. So we'll get the components we need. So we need this. We also need a little bit of this. Where's my chest? Nope. I also want to keep an eye on how much the memory usage is in the Kingdom, because that's going to get quite spicy in there, I think. So 91 meg it's running at, thereabouts, approximately. This is a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Progressive, is it? I think it's a lot higher than it actually is. So 1.4 kg. Oh, I'll try and calm down on the slang, mate. Yeah. I do appreciate I may have a global audience, so I'll calm that down. Ultra portable. Oh, it sounds good, man. Sounds good. 700. Okay, that's not too bad. It's not too bad for what you're getting, I suppose. All right, let's. So we're all right. As long as I can keep this screen running under 250 meg, I'll be a happy man, because it's gonna get a bit heavy in here, especially when with some of the stuff I want to do. I want to have it almost fully animated, and if I get time, I want to have a day and night cycle where the buildings light up and stuff. But don't hold me to that, because that's going to be quite a big job. But we'll maybe that could be a future release consideration, you know. All right, where's me chest? Where's me treasure chest? There you are, me little fella. Let's have a look. Is that nice? We like that. Little animation there just to keep things interesting. No, I'm not worried. I just I understand some of the words that are used. Colloquialisms, I suppose is the word, can be confusing, especially if I'm trying to explain a product. I don't want to start banging on in slang, do I? Oh man, you wouldn't understand a word I was saying. Okay, so we've got that and that. Happy days. We will rename this chest score tracker. So let's put these down and see what that looks like. Let's have a look. Yeah, so you get that sort of thing. This will have a longer line, and then it'll have the score underneath there, and then your score here. So say I was at 100, that'd be 140 under there. So you know when you get to 140, you get yourself a little prize. Yeah, see what I would love to do is have this as a day and night cycle in the background, because I'm going to have like clouds and shit all in the back and stuff like that, and a nice background. But obviously I'd have the buildings, the lights come on in all the buildings and stuff, you know, because not only are you going to get buildings, you're also going to get decorations, so you'll have like fountains and things like that, and I think it'd look really nice. But that would double my workload, which is not something I'm intending to do right now, so we may have to wait and see what happens there. Because obviously depending on how much interest this game gets, because when we're talking about an extra 500 hours work, I need to make sure it's going to be worthwhile, you know, because it's not gameplay enhancing, is it? It's visual enhancing, and I think it looks good enough as is. Alright, so we'll move that up here. We're going to want some sort of controller. This can be bright orange with a, get myself a little yellow square going on in there. Bloody hell, I can't draw with the mouse at all anymore. Score, card, tracker. No, just get rid of that. So we know what that is. All right. I don't fully approve. Yeah, man. All right, cool. But yeah, I'll just obviously I'll talk as I talk. But if I'm trying to explain something, because someone's asked me a question, I'll try and watch what I say. Well, how's the Geo getting on anyway? I haven't actually looked at it today. Let's have a look. Okay, so in 24 more thousand we shall be getting a new drill, it looks. Huzzah.
No longer respond to moderate stimulation. We seem to be approaching an age of the gross. Persuasion through speeches and books is too often discarded for disruptive demonstrations aimed at bludgeoning the unconvinced into action. The young overwhelm themselves with drugs and artificial stimulants. Subtlety is lost, and fine distinctions based on acute reasoning are...
I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to back up. We're going to back up. Let's get rid of that.
Predetermined conclusion.
What am I doing? Backing up my game. I don't want to lose it, do I? When something goes horribly wrong, which is usually inevitable. That's that done. Nope, didn't want to open that. Cool. Right, so we backed up. Let's get on this. So what I wanted to do is add a group actually, because this is getting a bit messy in here. So this is the status main. Cool. So that should make my life a lot easier. How is everyone today anyway? We good?
Rather than intellectual. And the most visceral practitioners of life are those who characterize themselves as intellectuals. Truth is to them revealed rather than logically proved. And the principal infatuations of today revolve around the social sciences, those subjects which can accommodate any opinion.
I've got to check something. How big's my node? It's width 40, so let's try and keep this as 40 as well. I think it's probably 32 actually. Should be silly of me, yeah. Actually no, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Let's just make sure that's created. Yeah, it is. Okay. Right, so I might be flitting about a bit today because this is not something I've ever done before, what I'm trying to achieve today, so I'm going to have to figure out the best way of doing it. I keep saying it, I don't think it's going to be too tricky, but... But what we're going to do is we're just going to throw in some quick test code. Build Kingdom UI, pass loop, and then we'll score card. Score tracker drop. We're going to run that 21 times, so it's 21 opportunities. But we also want another object that we're going to need in here. It's going to be this one here. What we do in here. Wow. They closed the geological museum because dangerous radiations. Seems like 2 mammoths emit Chernobyl level radiation. If that's true, that's awful. Is anyone ill? We're talking Chernobyl level, people just bloody melt. Right, we need to get that. Oh. Hang on, sorry guys. Hello mate, how you doing? Loveluster, welcome to the room. Okay, let's crack on. So I'll probably be streaming now till about midday. Let me just get out of Steam because people keep messaging me. I've had it all morning. They can catch me later. There we go. Right. Okay, we're going to do a little test drop. Score tracker. We're going to create an object. We're going to create. We'll test it with a treasure chest, just because I like treasure chests. Who doesn't? Right. Boom. Let's see what that does. Yeah, that's alright. Let me just check how big's my treasure chest. 60 width. Could be an issue, but it should be fine. Wow, that's horrible, 41. That's really sad to hear. That's not good at all, man. Dark Saber is still talking about Geo. So it's firmly on the wish list. Awesome, man. Well, Loveluster, at some point today, it goes on sale on Indie Gala at 15% off for a launch discount on Indie Gala, and that should be live at some point today. I don't know what time zone they're in. I think it's Italy. So in a few hours, probably. All right. But yeah, that's horrible about the radiation, and very strange as well. It's not sort of normal, is it? Okay. We want to get that lined up right. That ain't lined up right. We don't want to create that there, we want to create that up here. So we just keep moving it a few pixels till we get it in the right place. Because we want basically that line to be right in the centre of the treasure chest. And I don't think we quite, I think we've gone a bit too far the other way now, so 40 will probably do it. There we go. Alright, yeah, that'll do. Oh, Italy's +1, okay, cool. Yeah, GOG would be cool, man. Yeah, please do. Yeah, slap it up. Slap it up. Anyone in the room, give us a vote on Get Geo on GOG. I have no idea how many votes it needs, though. I looked the other day. It's got about 60 odd. I don't know what the number is. You know. Does anyone know that information? That'd be helpful. Okay, so that's pretty much working. So we no longer need to do that. Right, okay, so we're creating the so it's now going all the way across, which is not that's good. Now we need to figure out the base score. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Just considering the best way to do it, but I also need to set in the code to save and load this number, which is not happening at the moment. So obviously if I'm going to test it, I'm going to need that number. So let's do that, shall we? I believe it, no, I didn't want to load that. What am I doing? Oh, I've got no blueprints, but I think I can nab a blueprint in here. I think from one of these, yeah. So let's go back and build that. Building number 5. Okay, so we've got a score of 5. Kingdom score 5. Alright. So let's have a look at the build UI. See if it's actually saving that information. Subtract. Kingdom score. So it should be 181. Just think of the best way of doing this. No, we'll do it another way. Where's my kingdom score? X8. Y1. Z1. So that should work now. No problems, man. I appreciate that, Lovelace. I really appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Yeah, so anyone in the room, I would really appreciate it if you could click on that link and vote for Geo to be released on GOG, as they denied me, which is fine. That's their right, it's their store. But it would be cool if I could get it on there. A lot of people have asked for it. Okay, let me open my chest. Have some of that, thank you very much. Build that. Build, so 5. So we're happy with that. We'll save, go out, and we'll come back in and check that that's actually working. Yeah, GOG's pretty cool, man. It's a pretty cool place. Okay, well, it didn't work, did it? Maybe it's in the save file. Let's have a look. Make sure it's actually there. Yeah, it did save it. That's fine, it's saving, it's just not loading. That's cool. But I do need to go back and change something because I'm going to be working the scorecard in number 10s, so I don't particularly want a number 5. So we'll go with 20. Blacksmith 30, that's fine. Understairs is 40. We'll bring that down to 20 as well because it's only a small one. 10. Oh no. Oh no. So this is just for now. Just make sure there's no 5s in there. So it all needs to be a 10s basically. Right, I can live with that. We're good. If you're a fan of DRM3 and that's your block, then it is available on my website. DRM3. Where was I? Okay, back in the game. Here we go. So I stuck it in 10s. Let's delete my save files for the day. Alright, and we were going to make sure this loads, aren't we? So we need to do that first. Might only take a second. Load file. Gift card? Don't know what that means. What, like to buy someone a gift card? Okay, so I can't build anything yet, so we'll go get myself in here. We'll have that, we'll go back and build that. So that should give me a score of 10. Save that, we'll exit out, come back in, it should have saved. Yeah, it's Kingdom score of 10. Kingdom score of 10, beautiful. Still got my building, I can't rebuild it. Go to the map, make sure I can't reopen the crate. No, that's been opened, so I can't open that again. Alright, beautiful. And from the dust will emerge a game of such glory. Oh, I'm sitting on my bloody leg again. Oh, excuse me. God, the pain. I don't know how I can get to the point where I'm in so much pain I don't even realise. God. I've got to stop doing that. It's going to do me some real damage over time, that. The DPS is increasing. Alright. In we go. So we know what my kingdom score is, so how are we going to go about doing this? Okay, so we click on this and it needs to, it knows my score. So this will be my score minus 40, 30, 20, 10, my score, and then anything preceding it. And then it needs to check the database. Okay. Does make sense. Right, let's have a quick ponder. So we'll have you, and we're going to stick some numbers in here. Current score. We'll put an offset in there as well, so we'll need a string. Actually, well, no, we won't use that. We'll pull one of my own and clone it so I can make sure it's right. Where's my stat? White center description, white center screen number, white right stats. So this is the sort of font we're going to be using. Clone that, and this will be score tracker numbers. Didn't want to do that, but we do want to make it a little bit smaller because it needs to sort of fit under here. So what's the highest score I'm going to be able to put? Let's put 50,000. Okay, so that fits. I'll go a bit higher. I will never need a score of this magnitude, that's for sure. But it's possible. Cool. If you're asking me, yeah, it's electronic cigarette. I apologise for the noise. It's a pain in the arse, but my addiction is rife. I am crippled by an urge to consume nicotine. But we want to change that. There we go. And we'll put this current location, which will be 6. So that means it's gonna, if I've got that information, I can change that, and I'll be able to work in the offset. So that means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The pointer will always be here, and the score, and that'll be the lead-on score, and that'll be the score behind. I don't want to censor it because you're better off. You want to see ahead, not behind. Behind means nothing. Once I'm certain, I will start. Okay, here we go. So that's moving across. We need to so we need another one as well. We need an ID. I don't think we need current score actually. We'll change that for ID or index. get that in the right place. Come on. Okay, so that's cool. So it's creating that at the start locations, which is there. So my current score is 0, so that'll be 0. And then it should pick up a treasure chest at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So I'm going to try and program it. I think the first treasure chest in the database is going to be here. Now this is where it gets interesting. So I'll figure out how I'm going to do that. So let's just check my database, make sure that is the case. So there's one at 50 and there should be one at, we'll put 120, we'll change that. We'll put that at 60. Okay. So I need to figure out how I'm going to pull this number and use it. Figure this out because I can instantly think of an easy way of doing it, but that wouldn't be very efficient. Let's just make sure we know where it's saved. So I believe it's saved at 1. Yes, X1. So S Kingdom Unlock DB. I'm just writing in my little book. X1 is score, and then Y is the unlock ID. Did I close it all down? What did I close it down for? Okay, so it knows that's 0, so it should know what the preceding numbers are, so it needs to run a loop. So I suppose I also need to keep track of what unlock I'm at in the list so that it knows where to search from. That's going to be the tricky part that I'm going to have to figure out. So we'll stick a global value in. Total buildings in game. Whatever. We'll go for, what we're going to call this number, current score unlock. So that way I'll know where in the database to look for this first next unlock, because I don't want to have to search the entire database every single time, because that'll be unnecessary. So every time it'll unlock it, it'll add one to there, so it knows to start from that number when it searches the unlock database and stop when it reaches a certain score. Because I don't think I'm ever going to have more than 3 unlocks visible at any one time. 2 would be a stretch, so it's probably more likely it's going to be 1 here and then another one a little bit further down, you know. So maybe 3. So 3 maximum, and then how many is that? So that's 60, so that'd be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So 150 points it searches, really. Okay. Right. So what does it need to check? Okay, so this is going to be the interesting part. I'm going to have to... So school location. Let's just do the score location first. We'll get that code running. So what I want it to do, and I'm just going to test it by having it print the numbers underneath each one. So we can easily do that by creating an object relative to this. We're going to put it, say, here. What am I doing? Relative to that. Score tracker numbers. Where's that? It's this one, isn't it? Score tracker numbers. Okay. See what that does. It kind of worked. Because once I've got this down, then I can start messing with the offset. Okay, so let's just get that into place a little bit, shall we? Because it's awfully out of line. So it was up and left a bit, wasn't it? A bit more to the left, perhaps. Let's try that. Nearly. A bit more to up and right. Try that. Okay, there we go. So it's not actually going to do that in the game. It's only going to do that on the ones that actually matter, but we were just trying to get it in line, but we need to offset it by our score, and our score being here, that's where it's going to be complicated. Ish, not really. No, there might be an easy way of doing this. So, okay. So we created it. And then we need to set its right. Fine, let's try this. I'm in here. Multiple value. We're going to want to put starting score. Score location, starting score. Okay, and we need to set that. Set its starting score to Kingdom score minus 60, I believe it is. Alright, so we don't need score looper, score location. What's this? What did I put that for? Current location, understand, offset, I'll figure out, index, yeah. Oh well, won't worry about that now. Why has that not gone negative? Should have done. Okay, so let's try that. Let's test that. So if I put my kingdom score to something else, let's put it to 100. Right, it's not doing what I asked. Oh, that's why. For God's sake. There we go. Should work now. Right, okay, so that's working now. So I should be able to change my global, my actual kingdom score, and that should affect the. Let's put it to 100. Let me go back in. So 100. Yep. Yeah, that's working. So I've got my numbers right. Let's stick that to 550, and then it should. Yeah, 550, 540, 530. Okay, cool. So I suppose it won't be current, it would be last, wouldn't it? Last score unlock, yeah. Right. Okay. Right, let's do this. So it needs to figure out what my unlock is. So it knows what my unlock is. But we'll send it to this anyway because I like to have it all. Last unlock ID. Set last unlock ID. So next unlock score. Okay, so okay, that's easy enough. So we need to set the next unlock. Oh God, this is a little confusing. So I believe I need to set the next unlock to next unlock score. So we need to grab that out of the database that I just added. Okay, so the value, and then we get string at xy, x1, y would be the next unlock. So we've got last unlock ID plus 1. Let's see if that should say 50 when I run this. Should do. If it does, we are in business. It won't do though because I'm destroying the bloody thing. Okay. Let's get rid of the destroy event just so I can check that out, that we are receiving the right information. Next unlock score 60, yeah, that was correct. So the next unlock in the database, so that'll be the first unlock, is at score 60. So it picked that up. So what we've got to do is then run a system to drop the treasure chest, and then change the unlock and then move on to the next, and so on. And that's probably the most efficient way of doing it I can think of. And obviously only drop these numbers when there's something of interest. You know, I'm not going to have all these numbers, that's just so I know what's going on. Okay, we're good. How you doing, Zordit? Good to see you, man. How you getting on? So we probably want to set the next unlock score on every loop, I'm thinking. It's something we want to do it here, so every single time it moves, it will just double check to make sure that nothing's changed. So we don't need it here. Did I please the gods today? I don't know. We will find out. We will find out, hopefully, in a minute, if things are going to plan. The thing is, once I get this little bit done, that'll be it. I won't need to touch that again. That should self-populate for the rest of eternity, based on my database. Should do. But that's a different story altogether. Okay, let's stick another line in. Let's get going here. So when values, so score looper is equal to value a next unlock score Do we think it's going to work? Do we? Fuck. But we'll give it a go. That didn't work at all, did it? Score looper is equal to next score unlock. I tend to score looper. What are we setting? Jesus. Right. What's the deal with the score? You can go under if you fail too much. No. You can't go under. You can't fail. So it's as simple as this. You build buildings, your score goes up. Your score goes up you unlock new stuff, new levels, new weapons, new buildings, new skills, everything. Simple as that. It's basically just a target, and you just got to keep raising this by building up your kingdom. You can't lose, you can't drop down, you can't go into negative, you can't spend it, it just keeps creeping up. And that's the target of the game, is to rebuild your kingdom. And that's just a way of measuring how far along you are. But this ain't working. Why is it not working? I think it is working, but I think I've got another problem in the works now. It's the offset, because for some reason it doesn't like going into negative numbers, which it should be. Oh no, that worked. What did I change? Oh, I know what I changed. I loaded it rather than just ran it. Ah, only gone and worked, isn't it? So there you go. I'm going to tidy it up a little bit, but so at the moment it's saying I've got a score of 10, and that's where I am. And when I get to 60, I get myself one of these little fellas. And then we also need to tell it, obviously, that where are you? Set next unlock score, but then we need to, because we've dropped a chest, we need to add 1 to last unlock ID, and that should, as simple as that, give me the next one as well, and subsequent ones. There you go. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. Yeah, so you can always see when your next unlock's coming up. See that? Got that working quite easy. Quite pleased with that. Fuck knows how I managed that, but there we go. Let's get those chests a little bit God, I'm chuffed with that. That's worked out. We want it a bit higher. Minus 5. Let's try that. Oh, for God's sake. Don't want it at 16. We'll go with 10. How's that for a bit of light morning programming? We now have that working. Party time indeed, mate. So that should now work forever. So let's just test the theory. If I go into my unlock database, we'll just slap another one in. So that's 120. We'll stick this one in at 140. Unlock type, we'll give it 5. And then add that. Oh, we didn't say what blueprint, so we'll get blueprint 6. Unlock type 5. That's map actually, so we're on 4. Okay, so I've just added another unlock at the H. Once you get to your kingdom score of 140. Let's see if that works in the game. Hopefully, if it does, my life's just got a little bit better. Because I thought this would take me most of the day. Yeah, look at that. Someone throw me a parade. But we're just going to tie it up a little bit now, so the coding's working, so I'm happy with that. So we'll go with 2. Because we want to put in a big old thing. I might tooltip these. Everyone seems to want tooltips, so if I sort of allow your mouse over and it will just say next unlock is Kingdom score 60, so everyone knows exactly what's going on. What do you think of the system, guys? Do you like that? What do we think? I'm really happy with it. I don't want to play it down. I'm well happy. That is awesome. A lot smoother than I thought. But what we'll do is we need to just create. Oh yes, doesn't have a lot of reason other than just it's a bit of flavour, really. Cheers, man. God. It's going to be a pain in the arse to get this one right because it's got to be pixel perfect. No, we weren't far off. So we go right 1, down 2. Let's do that. So right 1, down 2, so that'll be 51. Cheers, Lazar, man, appreciate that. Yeah. I might make those a bit smaller actually, because they're a little bit obnoxious. We'll take just a little bit off the top, a little bit off the top. Oh, fucking bloody Photoshop, doesn't... Maybe a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, bring that down a little bit and we're good to go. Perfect. Just as I had planned. I think the numbers are slightly off centre as well, so they need to go to the left just a touch, just a touch. Minus 22, so we want to go minus 20, 24. Make sure, see if that's in the right place. That's not what I wanted to do. Nice. Cool. Happy with that. Let's give myself a different score and we'll just see what happens. Let's give myself a score of 90. Okay, so now I'm here, 60, but I need to change that so if it's before this point the chest looks open. I also need to put in something that if it's here, if I'm on it, it also looks open. So anything this way will be open chests, and anything this way will be these dancing ones. So let's have a look how we're going to do that. Bear with me, just got a message. Alright, so at the moment, if the score looper equals next score, it creates it. So we need to put in a different something. So we're gonna have to duplicate this and have two separate ones. So let's do that, and then if we can get that going, then we are on target. Chest score tracker, chest open score tracker. No problem, man. No problem at all. Oh, hello, mate. Yeah, I didn't see you come in there. Sorry, I was deeply engrossed. But welcome back. Yeah, I'm sorry about your Wi-Fi, man. That sucks. That sucks. So let's try and stuff this open crate in as well. Right, so it only drops that if score looper is greater than your actual score. So let's test the theory on that. See if that works. It should do. Yeah, mate, never worry about that. Oh, you're okay. So it still works when we're looking forward. So let's look backward. Kingdom score. So the first one's at 60. So if I set myself as 80, it shouldn't. This one shouldn't appear, but these two should. Nope. Why is that? So what's score looper doing? Oh, for fuck's sake. Score looper of this is greater than kingdom score. Add one to last unlock. Since score looper. Okay, well, we have an issue. Houston, we have a problem. Doesn't like that line, and we'll find out why. That's fine. So now if we was to go to 110, we should be right next door to this. No, something's wrong there. I think it's that that's causing the issue. Yeah, that's fine. So if I was to do 130, it probably wouldn't work, I don't think. But yeah, it does work. But if I was to do that needs to be 2. Uh-oh, indeed. Oh, indeed, we have an issue, but it's not going to be too difficult to figure out what that is. Something's just going a bit mental. what's going on here. Let's have a think. Right, I think I know what it might be. I don't know if it's actually broken, you know. I think it may be me messing around with the internal numbers that's causing the problem. Because nothing's actually unlocking. That's the problem. So last unlock is 1. Yeah, and then if it's 2, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So let's put that back to 1. Yeah, because the unlock system. So what we'll do is we'll test one off screen. So we'll test one over here. So we're looking at 150, 60. So we'll go for we'll stick an unlock in at 180, and we'll test this. Another 2. He's got unlock 3. Okay. So, oh, right. Let's get back in the game. Figure out what's going on here. There's probably something small that I'm going, oh, of course, which is what I'm hoping. So that's fine. So now if I set that to 1, because we're going to unlock that one. And we're going to go to 110. Let's go to 100. Which should move my pointer when I refresh this to here. This will be gone. There should be one off screen. Yeah, 180. Right, so that's working. It's 90, 80, 70, 60. There was one at 60, so this should be unlocked. So we need to set. I think it's working. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Because the problems come in when I start increasing my score past my actual unlock. So if I was to go to 150, this will probably go mad because, yeah, these aren't unlocked. Whereas they should be. So I should be on unlocked 3 by now, which would mean, yeah, we're looking forward. Yeah, okay, we're winning. We're winning. All right. Okay, so anyone who's new to the room, I'm just doing a bit of work on the old score system in my game and some of the stuff it can do. Bear with me, I've just got to check a brief email because I'm expecting some business today. Let me have a look. So I am still here, just checking some stuff out. Alright. Sorry about that. I'm just being lied to as always. Standard. Business Indie Gala. Indie Gala asked me if I wanted to release my game on their storefront, and it's supposed to go live today. So they've been emailing me on and off this morning, trying to sort some stuff out. Yeah, I actually agree with them there. That would be the worst thing they could ever do is release that game. It doesn't matter how good it is, people would never be happy. He rallied support for the cause through masterful oratory
physical beatings, jail terms, and scathing criticism from enemies and supporters alike, without ever veering from his path. It was a path that led him to such ordinary outposts. It was there, in the dimming sunlight that afternoon, made one final sacrifice for his cause.
Okay, so that's 90% working. I think I'm going to give up on that for now because it's driving me a bit mad. I'll have to have a think because it's all working. Because at the moment, when you pass these chests, they disappear, which is cool. But I also want them to appear behind you as an open chest. The opening behind you is not of any importance really. It's looking forward that's important. But the fact that you can see behind you needs to have some relevance. So I'll do that. Okay. How's that? But we're starting to get somewhere. I'll do this as well in a bit. I want to figure out how I'm going to do that, so that could be quite a cool little system. But that's going to be really simple. I should be able to knock this up in about half an hour. What time is it now?
He rallied support for the cause through masterful oratory and personal charisma.
Let's start that now, shall we? Why not?
Physical beatings, jail terms, and scathing criticism from enemies and supporters
building log.
From his path. It was a path that led him to such ordinary outposts. It was there, in the dimming sunlight that afternoon, made one final sacrifice for his cause.
Not found. Building. Bear with me a second, hang on, someone's smashing at my door. Sorry about that. I've the wife's off work today and she just knocked something over. I didn't know what the hell it was. Okay, so we've saved that and we'll slap in, just as a placeholder for now, a gold square in the middle of it. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I did well there. Yeah, she's awesome. So we don't need that. Let's get rid of that. Let's go back in. So I actually don't need that anymore. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. And I don't need that. Cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, for anyone, I did say earlier, but for anyone who missed it, it's a really simple system that I like in games. So every single building you build, so at the moment I've only built one building, and on this screen here, it's just going to have a grid, massive grid of empty squares. And once you build a building, one of those, the square will flip over and turn gold, signifying that you have that building. And then if you mouse over a building you do own, you'll get a tooltip telling you its name and showing you the picture of it, which is cool. So it sort of gives you a real quick heads up of what buildings you've got and how many are missing. You know, it won't give you a figure, but you can sort of go, oh, okay, well I'm missing some still. Sort of like in G I did with the research screen. You know, when once it's all finished, you can see that bang, I've got everything. You know, sort of gives you something else to work towards. I like visual progress markers, if that makes sense. I think it's important in games and something I enjoy. So that's something I will be adding. And then once I've got these working, I'll probably figure out this map system a bit more, because it's a bit. This was the first one I did, and it's a bit shit, to be honest. Build system's fine, shop's fine. I'm going to add a sign up here that says shop, I think. These are all fine, apart from achievements, but I don't care. This needs some work still, but it's pretty much working now. I just need to do some complicated stuff, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to stream that, because it's going to be that complicated. It's going to take me some real brain power to get through that. And then once I'm done there, I'm going to start doing some more graphics, I believe. I've got to design some monsters and animate them and stuff. Then I'm going to probably work on the attacking system and EXP and leveling up. And then I'll start adding power-ups and balancing the movements, and then it shall be released unto the world. But I'll probably have a good 2,000 hours of graphics to design at least, so that's going to be fun. Okay, where was I? So we need to add a new object. Here we go. We'll call this we may do. It's all on Facebook, isn't it? It's all online. But she is. I'll tell you that now. What am I looking for? I'm a bit hazy this morning. I blame Bonson. Building log object. Actually, it might be smart to have these as separate objects. Tell you what might also be cool, actually, just as a little visual effect, is when you actually click on this, they all start off black, and the ones that you have flip round in order, like little, you know, they just sort of spin round to show you the gold when you've got them, just as a tiny little, you're only talking like 3 or 4 frame animation per one, but they sort of tick along, you know, like a tick tick tick, and they spin over. That could be quite cool. Bit of eye candy, you know what I mean? Okay, and we need some sort of dropper, some sort of controller. I do like my controllers, don't I? We're going to go for a horrible dark green and a brown for this, I think. give it a little cheers, man. Should be all right. I think I could do it. That's just time, really, and I think I could do that. It couldn't be too hard. Obviously, the image wouldn't be that big. It'd be much smaller inside the box, and it'll spin. It'd be cool. Or even just a shine animation. You know, when you go in, it shimmers. That'd be quite cool as well. So. Christ, that out. I've got to remember how many. I don't know how many there is now. Gonna have to count the squares. This will be fun to watch. Get rid of that. It's confusing me. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So it's 21 buildings. 21 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Times 7, okay, which is a grand total of 147. So 147 squares per screen. So we need to run a loop 147 times. Building log dropper 147. Let's see what happens there, shall we? There we go. Bang. So it's just laid all those squares. It's not quite in the right place though. Need to probably bring it down about there. Okay, up a bit. Two, three, four. Bring it up 4 pixels. Cool. So that kind of do for now. So they're just dark ones until you get a gold one. So we've got 10 minutes. We could probably get that rolling. Alright, so it doesn't actually want to create one of those just yet. Nor does it want to do that, but we'll leave that for now. Bring that back. So now it's going to check if we've built the building or not, and we'll do that from the save file. Where is it? Buildings placed, and that's at Y8. So we stick an 8 in there, and that's at Y1 as well. And this will be the loop index, which is building log dropper +1. Oh, fuck God's sake. Rushing now, because I'm trying to get done before 12. I don't know why I'm rushing, all trying to get done before 12. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so that's working, that's right, that's right. So technically now, when we run this, let's see if it works. Alright, cool man, cool. Play your game. So we have one building built, which I believe is building 5, so let's it work? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there it is, so it says we've built that building. And when you mouse over it, it's going to give you a tooltip letting you know what building it is. That's the plan. So let's give myself another building just to let's just check this out. Save file. It's Y8. So let's say that I've built building 1 and building 3 as well, shall we? Yeah, 1, 3. There we go. Cool. Worked out nice and well. Yeah, so then you'll be able to mouse over it. These are just placeholder graphics for now. I'll make it look a lot nicer than that. It's all going bloody well, guys. It's all bleeding coming together, isn't it? It's all coming together. Oh Christ, look, we're about to level up the drill. Or did we? Oh yeah, we have a level 1 spiral lance. Christ, we made a lot of money quick. What's happened there? Is it not reset my cache? Who knows? Who knows? Right, so we're making some serious headway now on this interface. It's a bit of a monster, I appreciate, and I'll probably have people saying, why so many menus? And then my response will be, who doesn't like a nice menu? This is all just records, so it's not that complicated, but it gives you all the information you could ever want. This just tells you what's coming up and what you've built. This just gives you your stats and lets you equip weapons and skills. Achievements, who cares? Maps. So this is, I'm going to do a little mini map with some stats in it for you. That's one thing I am going to do, and that will sort of pop up here, I think. Build is fine, that's pretty self-explanatory, nice and simple. Shop. Just as simple to understand, I hope. Yeah. Their percentages are not set in stone, so it's usually around 30%, but it differs. It differs, depending on who you are and what money you make. And if you ask me, it's a small price to pay. Okay, well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to take a break. I've got a few matters to attend to, but as always, it's been a complete and absolute pleasure. Do they take a bigger or smaller cut the larger you are? I believe so. See, the thing is their contracts are quite confidential to my knowledge, so I don't know what they take from everyone. I think there's a sort of catch-all for sort of people like myself, but I think the bigger the developer, I think it becomes negotiable once you've got a bit of clout, once you've got a bit of weight behind you. But I think there has to be some significant weight. Yeah, so I think like the likes of like Capcom or like EA or something, they're not going to be paying 30% of their sales to Steam, that's for sure. I imagine it'll be much smaller. But yeah, going to take a quick break. I will be back. I will be back this afternoon, probably around 1 or 2ish. I'll stick up a quick tweet. If you lot are interested in coming back, I'd really appreciate it. It's been great fun. I've had a very successful morning. Anyone who doesn't but has enjoyed the stream, hit the follow button, because I'll be back this afternoon and you can watch me carry on. But yeah, so I'll be back this afternoon between 1 and 2 most likely. But thank you very much. I will see you later.